Hello everyone, today I will be trying something new. I will be reading excerpts from my books. If it goes well and people are interested in the links, which are all on my Patreon at the moment for $5 a month, then I will include the link in my bio, but for now I'll just be reading excerpts from different ones of my choosing. Today I will be reading the prologue from Freeing Faith. Freeing Faith is a women's fiction book. It's in the perspective of a therapist and her latest client. So the therapist and the client both have experienced being in abusive relationships. And the whole purpose of me writing this book was to inspire other people that have been in that situation, or maybe you're even still stuck in that situation and you're wondering if there's hope, if there's better out there, if you deserve more than that. And I'm here to tell you, speaking from somebody that got out of that experience and has found somebody better, and life has been peaceful. I'm no longer living in survival mode. Just here to tell you that it does get better. You are worthy of so much more than that, and you can absolutely find better. You do not have to stay in that situation. And if you did escape that situation and you still have those lingering thoughts, because it's not easy. You create soul ties with somebody and it's so hard to get past the trauma and everything that they put in your head, because even if it wasn't physical, even if it was mental, emotional, whatever that looks like, it still leaves that effect on you, and it does affect you for years after the fact. But there's still hope. You can get in therapy, you can go to a psychiatrist and figure out exactly what the trauma did to the chemistry in your brain. There's hope out there, long story short. So I just want to remind everybody of that, and hopefully this will help everybody, whether they're still stuck in that situation, whether they're just got into a relationship and they're seeing the red flags, or whether you've been out recently or for a while and you're just wondering what the point is. So let's go ahead and get right into this prologue. The first part of the prologue is the therapist writing in a journal or diary, whichever one you want to think about here. I used to think that the torment of nightmares was the worst my reality would ever get. Of course, that was before I met Faith. I wish I didn't feel this way. I never pictured myself fearing a client until she started opening up to me. Honestly, it's not even because she's a bad person or has done anything wrong. The real reason I've been hiding in this bathroom stall and writing out my terrible thoughts is that her story is way too close to mine. I'm plagued with doubt, and that worries me. Every time I look into her eyes, what I see is an image of me when I was as broken as she is now. Anytime she gets choked up and has to pause because the emotion is too heavy, I feel myself begin to tremble right along with her. I'm not sure I have the strength to pull myself out of such a dark place twice. Yet I know that I'm her last hope. That shouldn't put a chill in my bones the way it does. Without me, her future is uncertain and terrifying. What will become of her if I can't pull myself together to help her? Will she follow that same self-destructive path I took before I met my husband? And then the next couple of paragraphs are after the journal entry, where we're coming back to the present. I closed my notebook with shaky hands and attempted to steady my breathing. Once I collected myself for the 4th time this morning, I exited the bathroom stall. I held the journal to my chest as I stared at my reflection for answers. Since I could no longer gaze into the mirror for longer than a minute, I set the book down and turned on the faucet to splash cool water on my face. I gripped the edge of the counter until my knuckles were 2 shades paler than usual. You have to stop doing this. She needs you. You've come too far to turn back now. I repeated the same phrases I'd used since I started seeing Faith and, once again, felt more disbelief than relief. After all these years, I was letting one client unravel me to the core. I had heard many stories and witnessed more broken people than I could count. But this girl had a tighter hold on me still. I shook my head as the waging war inside was so loud, it deafened the rest of my senses. I did the only thing that helped, which was practicing grounding techniques. I paid extra attention to the sound of water I forgot to turn off, and felt the pain of my fingers still holding onto the counter. I glanced around the bathroom slowly, absorbing the familiarity of it. I took a deep breath in, held it for 5 seconds, and slowly exhaled. I repeated all these steps for the next minute before finally reaching to shut off the water. I released my hold on the counter, picked up my journal, and nodded to my reflection. Faith's counseling session would start soon. You can and you will get through this, I told myself quietly one last time before leaving what has become my sanctuary. Just as I shut the door, my receptionist was rounding the corner with a small smile. It boiled down to mere respect, especially since the only person who knew my current struggle was my husband. I didn't dare utter a word to anybody else. I am going to stop it there just because I don't want to read all of them yet. I am trying to encourage people to go to Patreon and check these out. I'm just trying to make a name for myself. I'm trying to make a little money on the side to support myself and even support the journey to self-publishing on Amazon Kindle. So if you guys want to hear more, or if this is anything that interests you at all, just let me know. And I really appreciate everybody tuning in to even listen to this. So thank you so much. And if you're already subscribed to any of the tiers on Patreon, just thank you. You don't know how much it means to me or how much it helps me.